We thought this was going to be a key game in the SEC Western Division, maybe not for the championship because of Alabama's expected dominance, but in terms of higher bowl seeding and top 10 finish and that sort of thing when Ole Miss was taking on Texas A&M, but not so much for the Rebels. And with Chad Kelly out for the season, going to Kyle Field, Dave, a rough one at 7:30 on the SEC Network.
Yeah, backup quarterback matchups here with both teams losing their quarterback last week. Texas A&M with Jake Kubinak, 61% of his passes for 350 yards and 3 scores so far this year. But you know what? I think they're going to miss much from Trevor Knight is his legs and the plays he was able to make late in games with some big runs. So I think that's the biggest thing I think Texas A&M is going to miss from that. But A&M will be able to rely on their run game, I think, going against this Ole Miss defense. We've seen now LSU, Auburn. Mike and I talked about how much trouble Georgia Southern was going to give them, and that for sure happened last week too. So, Trevion Williams is going to get his chances to run the ball against this Ole Miss defense. And now what does Ole Miss go without Kelly? There's some talk about taking the red shirt off of Shea Patterson. Jason Pellerin's there now as well, who's looked pretty good at times when I've seen him this year. So under either one of those guys, it's going to be a let loose offense, just because Ole Miss just can't rely on Akeem Judd to run the ball. The Ole Miss has not been able to run the ball for a couple of years now. It's just not, to me, in that system for them to be able to run the ball. So it's going to be a quarterback-centric offense either way. I like A&M's situation at quarterback and at running back a little bit better, and on defense better. So overall, I still think Texas A&M is the better overall team here.
Yeah, Dave, I'm with you. I like Texas A&M's offense better. The diversity. Hubernet can throw it. He didn't look impressive against Louisville in the Music City Bowl last year. He didn't look overly impressive against Mississippi State, although he looked decent. I think their running game is a little bit better behind a fairly decent offensive line. I think their defense is better than Ole Miss's defense, particularly against a quarterback that's going to throw. We really don't even know who's going to play quarterback for Ole Miss, and obviously that's concerning. Plus, it's a night game at Texas A&M. You got to think Kevin Sumlin's going to have this team refocus after an incredibly disappointing loss against Mississippi State on the road. Knocks them out of the number 4 seed, probably knocks them out of a New Year's Six bowl as well. I think that was the big thing that kind of people missed. That loss against Mississippi State probably eliminates the Aggies from a New Year's Six bowl almost assuredly. So I think he gets his team refocused and he tries not to have the late season collapse they've had maybe in a couple of the years previous. So I think A&M is better across the board. I think there's just too many questions at Ole Miss with the injuries, the quarterback position, the lack of a running game. I think the crowd's into this when they welcome the Aggies back home. It's a great environment there at Kyle Field College Station. So I like Texas A&M in this game. I like them to bounce back.